Why are there traffic signals at the start of that small tunnel in the Bellmawr Road project? Guys, it's probably the #1 asked question I get in regards to the direct connection, the $1 billion direct connection project, which is centered in Bellmawr, New Jersey. As you head up 295 north from that construction area, there is a small tunnel, and on top of each of the lanes is a traffic signal, red, yellow, green, one per each lane. I think I've gotten 100 questions on it. 95 of them are like just curious, like, hey, what is that for? Probably 5 of the people are actually mad. Like, why are they wasting our taxpayer dollars putting traffic signals there? So here's the funny thing. You are all so familiar with it. I'm going to give you some examples of where you see this probably every single week. And it's just commonplace. You don't even make the connection that it's the exact same thing. Right now, I'm going to tell you what the issue is and why they're there. Those traffic signals are there simply for a safety measure that if a car became disabled in one of the lanes, think about further down in the tunnel, for example. The emergency crews show up. Maybe somebody just ran out of gas. They're helping them out. They have the power to change the indicator for that lane to red. It's as simple as that. Now, when you're approaching the tunnel as a commuter, you can see that the lane is turned red. You say, you know what, I gotta move over. Now that tunnel in Bellmawr, you're gonna say, well, it's a short tunnel. Why do they need it? It seems like a waste. I got a couple of reasons for that too, but let me give you some quick examples. Up in the Allegheny Mountains in Pennsylvania, well, this is a very clear example, right? This tunnel is more than a mile long. It's only 2 lanes, and here you go, guys. They get 2 indicators. Thank you, Google Maps, for these street view map images. So they have 2 lanes. Imagine if a car was broken in the right-hand lane. They can turn that to red, and you know I gotta move over. Perfect example. Well, that makes sense. It's a mile long. Here's another example. Have you been to Philadelphia? Going to a Phillies game, Eagles game? Look at this. All the bridges have the same exact concept. And you know what? The Delaware River Port Authority, they're always working on improving the road surfaces there. So very frequently, you will see like the outer lanes are closed as they're doing work there. And what do, guys? They turn the indicator red. So even if it's like at the top of the bridge, you see it in advance, you know to shift over. Here's another example. Have you ever been to Atlantic City, the Borgata? There's a small tunnel in that connector road that comes off the Atlantic City Expressway. Guess what they have there? 2 green arrows pointing down. Those green arrows, if a car was disabled, if there was an accident in the roadway, in the tunnel, they can change the color of them to let you know that you need to move over to another lane. You want another example? Here's #4. Up in the Trenton area, I have some family live up in like Lambertville. Up in the Trenton area, there's another small tunnel. Look what they have there, guys. They have those green and red indicators. So that's all it is. Now, I want to close with, when you come from 42 North and you're going to in Bellmawr and you're going to that 295 North tunnel, guys, look at the visibility you have. You're way below grade. You're probably 30, 40 feet below the height of the tunnel. So you're coming up and you're going around the bend. You're doing 60 miles an hour. You can't even see the tunnel. If something was going on in the tunnel, a car broke down at the end, you at least get that quick earlier glance of like, oh, you know what? Things are red. That lane is red. I gotta move over, shift over. That's all it is. Maybe I'll close with this. These projects are funded by the Federal Highway Administration, the federal government. So even though NJDOT is building it with their contractors, it's being paid for by the federal government. They have to do things to the federal government standards. I didn't look deep into the code, but I'm sure somewhere along in those standards it says, look, if you have tunnel, we don't care how big it is, if you have tunnel, you got to put these traffic lights in. Thanks, guys. I'm Mark from 42freeway.com. I write about new things coming to South Jersey, and I do some road project videos. Thanks for following.